were doing lights one night. We were setting lights for a show one night.
And there was clapping in the center of the audience.
And he kept yelling, "Quit clapping. Why are you clapping? What are you doing?"
And I turn around and she's sitting on the edge of the stage.
"I'm not clapping, dear."
One of the most active areas has been the work area. We've had a recorder get knocked off the table. We've had a lot of good EVPs from that area.
Somebody showed up in my picture that wasn't myself and my daughter. It was taken here in the makeup room.
I heard footsteps.
You safe to say that they've probably seen him.
In fact, yes.
Something just came in the room with us.
And the laborers worked here, lived here, died here. And if we can get across to the cemetery, they're buried here.
Dude, something just touched me. Did you just see that light down at the wall?
Are you playing games with us? Does anyone need a doctor?
I hated that one so much. Got on.
Many fear the unknown. Some will travel far and wide in search of an unknown ghost. Follow the American Paranormal Research Association into some of the most highly active historical locations across the United States. Investigate untold stories that will be brought to life on Haunted Discoveries. On a cold, rainy day in March, APRA traveled to Porterville, California to meet with the Porterville Ghost Society and to investigate the Barn Theater. Eyewitness accounts and the documentation of paranormal activity have brought us to investigate this structure. We have visited this location in the past, and members of APRA have witnessed unexplainable events.
Barn was started in 1948 by
Peter Tewksbury.
Thank you.
Okay.
Who actually ran a radio station here in town, KTIP. And they started at the skating rink and moved from the skating rink and the pool to Annie Smith's barn, and then out here in 1953. And then from here we've just grown. We have 3 other areas of the building that have been added on since our groundbreaking in '53.
And we are the oldest continuous running theater in the state of California. We've both been here since we were 14.
Oh, wow.
So we have seen and heard just about everything that goes on here, and we're just kind of used to it now.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the most unexplainable event that you've witnessed?
The clapping of the audience. We were doing lights one night. We were setting lights for a show one night,
Right.
and I was sitting on the edge of the stage, and Gordy was up in the light booth setting the electronics, and he was getting upset with me.
I had my back to her because we have an old system, and you have to actually plug each light in to
Right.
make sure it works and
Yeah.
reset it. So I was focused on that, and I had my back to the stage.
And there was clapping, and he kept yelling, "Quit clapping. Why are you clapping? What are you doing?" "I'm not clapping, dear."
And I turn around and she's sitting on the edge of the stage. Her hands are folded and she's just sitting there. And there was clapping in the center of the audience.
Wow.
So obviously they liked our light setup for
Right,
the night.
So what is the most reported event that takes place here in the theater?
Doors. You hear a lot of people talk about that they'll hear a door shut somewhere
Right.
in the theater. It's an old building, but you don't get a lot of air that goes through
Right.
the building. But there are doors that slam shut all the time.
And open.
And
And
open all the time.
That
Voices
happens on a regular basis.
on a regular basis.
Oh, we'll be down here painting signs or working on a set in the middle of the night, and you'll hear a door close or you'll hear a door open. She'll say, "Did you hear that?" And I'll say, "No."
Keep going.
And just keep going.
You hear voices in the building. as
Uh-huh.
well.
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah.
voices. Yeah.
And why do you believe that this activity is taking place? Do you guys have any idea? Of
Because
why?
they like to hear.
Right.
This place has always been a family. People come in here and you just fall in love, and there are people who spent their lives here, and this is where they're comfortable. I like to think that when I die, well, I hope I'd go somewhere else other than the barn, but I'll probably end up here too, because it's a place that you fall in love with.
Right. Right. So you were here at a paranormal event, right?
Yes,
And you guys were conducting an investigation of the theater,
that's correct.
and you collected a pretty significant photo.
Yes, kind of took me by surprise. somebody showed up in my picture that wasn't myself or my daughter. It was taken here in the makeup room. We had come through the door, took a picture that direction, and then turned around and took a picture in the mirrors, and completely black, walked out, and that was it. And it sat on my computer for about 6 months. And I decided to take it to one of our meetings and to show everybody. And it was forwarded to Wendy and Gordy. And they took a look at it and were kind of surprised that they were able to identify, or possibly identify, the kid that was in the picture.
All right, we're here with Kat and Bruno from Porterville Ghost Society. When did you guys found the society? What year was that, and what got you into the paranormal initially?
First founded June 2008. Always been interested in this kind of stuff since I was a kid. I think most of us who are in that like those spooky, scary things.
Right.
And decided to start to, hey, let's organize and be a group.
Growing up, I've always experienced a lot of weird things, seen a lot of weird stuff, and just wanted to know what was out there. Strangely enough, I have a fear of the dark, and this is what we do in the dark. So also a way to face my fears.
Great. And when you guys first started investigating the barn theater, what was some of the reports that were given to you guys prior to the investigations you guys conducted?
Well, what we've heard throughout our years in Porterville, natives here, that the barn theater was a cool place, but it also was kind of creepy and had some possible ghosts that were hanging out there. And we've been here now, and we do find that's also true.
Now, during your guys' investigations you guys have conducted, what would you say would be the most active areas of the theater?
One of the most active areas that I've seen has been the work area, which is back over this way on the side of the stage. We've had a recorder get knocked off a table.
His name is Daniel. He would love for you to touch him. Did he make it?
That's my recorder that just fell.
Audio from the actual tape recorder, and you can hear something hit the recorder before it falls down. We had 4 investigators in there. We had reports that somebody would throw stuff from the loft, and we were asking some questions about that, asking if something could come touch one of us, and the next thing we knew, the recorder fell. We heard something fall, we asked what it was, and one of the investigators said that was my recorder. You can definitely hear the shock in his voice.
All right, Michael, we'll see you in a bit, dude.
Okay.
Be safe.
I will.
Okay. And this is Michael. I'm up in the loft of the barn theater. And as you can see, I'm up here up a steep flight of stairs, and it's more or less protected by chicken wire. Kind of protecting the costumes from falling. Up here you got a big rack of costumes and everything, and I'm going to be spending about 25 minutes, half an hour up here by myself, obviously. And it's very, very cramped, as you can see. There's just small sections in between the costumes, and I'm not going to do a whole lot of walking around just because it's too cramped up here to really do that. So I'm just going to kind of find a spot in the middle of the costumes and sit down and put up shop and see if I get anything. So I'm going to grab the clock right here so I can time stamp, and then I'll be moving. Okay. It is 9:03 approximately. Let me check. Yep. It is 9:03 and I'm in the barn theater. I'm surrounded right now, as you can see. I'm surrounded on all sides by costumes, except for just right behind me. There's kind of a crawl space there. I've got multiple cameras. So I've got this camera going on me. There's one set down in the workshop. I've got Sony 1 rolling and my recorder M-Sony. They're both rolling simultaneously. And I'm surrounded by clothes, very, very claustrophobic. And I'm going to start an EVP session and see what I get here. Is there anybody up here that would like to talk to me, please?
I'm here to talk to you. My name is Michael, and I come here with the fullest respect for yourself and in this building, this great theater. I've been here once before. And I've really been looking forward to coming back. As you can see, I'm in kind of a freaky position right now. It's a little bit unnerving. I'm surrounded by all these costumes. And I've got a limited amount of space between myself and the wall. Which I don't like, by the way. Just enough room for something to walk up right behind you. As I said, my name is Michael, and I've been here before, and I really love the Barn Theater. I've actually found it quite interesting, and it's a beautiful building. And of all the places that I've been to, some of the scariest places I've ever been to, this building isn't scary at all to me. But it's the only place that I've actually ever had a personal experience of seeing a full-body apparition. I saw someone here. I walked up on the stage, and I saw what appeared to be a man with a white shirt and blue jeans walking behind one of the prop walls that was down on the stage. It was down on the stage. It was down on the stage.
This EVP was a direct response to Michael. This was the only data collected during the first session. Did Michael's previous experience trigger a response? We set up a camera in the theater to try and document the unexplainable events that have taken place. A voice was collected during this 1-hour session.
First thing I'd like to say, my name is Brandon. Come here with the fullest respect for yourself in this building. Just here to speak with you and to possibly document your presence. We've heard about a young man that visits this area quite often.
Somebody showed up in my picture that wasn't myself or my daughter.
Go ahead and take a seat here. Just taking a seat right now. Just kind of getting used to everything. Hope you don't mind that we're here. We're just here with respect and here to learn about you. It's a very great place a lot of people enjoy. And I can see why you'd still stay here, come back here. Whoa. I thought I just saw someone standing over there. Were you just standing over there?
The Barn Theater seems to be visited by those from its past. The activity documented by Porterville Ghost Society have brought interests of the unexplained to this great theater.